Lekato's super cheap in-ear monitors. I was interested to see if they would work as wireless headphones. I've heard really great things about them, but I thought I would try them for myself because it just seems that the price is so low that surely they don't work. They come in the box with a handy little double charger. They've got a 3.5 TTRS cable and one little adapter to make it into a 6.5. Actually, this isn't one because I've mislaid the one that came with it. There's a gold adapter similar to this. When I'm working in the studio, either tracking my own stuff or working with clients, being tethered by your headphones can be a bit of a pain in the arse, basically. So I just love the idea of having some wireless headphones that would work without latency, which is kind of what the promise was. They're tiny, they clip on. At that price, obviously, they don't come with headphones. So I've used them with my cheapo pair that I wear on the tube. And I also got a little short cable for my AKGs. And I even designed an incredibly clever state-of-the-art little clip with a cable tie. So they can just go on super neat like that. That's right, a little bit of wire, but that's all right. It really does make you feel free, which is great. Sorry, am I shouting? I've got the headphones on, hang on. I can't actually do like a proper mix with them, obviously. The sound isn't quite good enough. It's quite toppy and missing loads of stuff, but that, that's not the point. The point is it's so handy just to be able to pop into the live room and change the position of a mic and be able to monitor it on the headphones at the same time. It's really great. They say 20 meters, and so far what I've tested is walking 10-15 meters into the back of the live room. I've gone upstairs here. I'm in a basement in my studio. I've been upstairs, out the door and out the front gate with them on, and the track cut out a couple of times, but I'm really not going to be actually standing outside the building when I'm recording something, so it's pretty damn good. I have noticed they can distort a bit. You have to be a little bit careful how much signal you're pumping into them, but the ones I've been showing you are the Lekato branded. AliExpress, they also have the same unit, but it's branded M-Wave rather than Lekato, although they come from Lekato. Exactly the same build, look. So that's the box the Lekato came in, Airbridge, and that's the box that the M-Wave came in. To be honest, the reason I sent off for the M-Wave after I got the Lekato was I slightly misread the pricing on AliExpress, and it says 17 quid, so I got a bit overexcited and pressed buy. Whereas actually it was only the one unit, it was just the transmitter. So I then sent off for the receiver as well. But what I hadn't realised, which is really cool, is that you can actually run two receivers. So you can have two pairs of headphones working from one transmitter. So in a live situation, two of you can be listening to the same mix feed. That's great. And as you can buy them separately, that means you can buy a separate receiver for 17 quid. So the controls are incredibly simple. So you've just got on and off, you've got mono or stereo, you have pairing on the top, and you have to hold down both units to make them pair. To get the M-Wave and the Lekato paired with the one Lekato transmitter, it did take a little bit of jiggery pokery, but it's happened. They work fine, it's really good. It was great to be able to compare the M-Wave and the Lekato back to back off the same transmitter. And I can hear very little or basically no difference. Maybe you can hear a difference. In terms of the latency, it's obviously a massive thing. It says 12 milliseconds or less, and I've found it no problem at all to track bass, find it completely okay, and I've even tried it out with a drummer recording here, and they just love the freedom of not being tied to the headphone amp, and their timing is great. They weren't bothered at all. But I have noticed when I've tested with the mic, you do get a slight chorusing effect, and I can't imagine that most of the vocalists that I work with would like that. So it might be a deal breaker in terms of tracking as a vocalist, but it's a very slight chorusing effect. It's not like a bad echo or anything like that. For convenience, it could be great, and in a live situation, you're not going to notice it. They say battery life, they say 7 hours. I don't know about that. I have used them for long periods of time. I've noticed that the transmitter runs out quicker than the receiver, but that's fine because you can have it plugged in while it's plugged into your DAW or your headphone amp or whatever. And one other thing I would say is that when the battery does go, it makes a really horrible squealy noise. But just before it goes, it makes a very distinctive little sort of chattery noise. Squealy noise is obviously a technical term. Anyway, it's really quite ear piercing. So when you hear the bleep, bleep, bleep warning sign, take them off or keep them charged up a bit better than what I did. It's only one channel, which is great for pairing, makes it super simple, but it does mean that in a live situation, there is no other channel to switch to, and it's 2.4, which is obviously the mobile phone frequency, so there is a potential you could have problems. But from what I've read online, it does sound like as long as you're in sight line with your transmitter, there isn't a problem, and keep away from any wireless routers. So are they a keeper? I think these are great, and sorry, I know it's a bit greedy, but I'm going to keep all of them.